Live chat. All chats are visible. See if that works better. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. What's going on, Mr. Tully? Had to restart the stream. The other one wasn't working right. All right, 922. I was trying to use like a streaming app, but if y'all having a problem with it, I just went straight back to YouTube. What's going on, Cleveland? I ain't seen that name in a minute. What's up, Johnny? Boom. So yeah, I guess the regular YouTube app probably works better. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We have some at Big Man's. We need to restock them. Like the selection there is kind of bare. It's like a, if I can get it to focus. It's called pearl flake. It's kind of like a pearl with kind of like black flakes in it. But yeah, there's some. When you walk into Big Man's, look straight up, and we have some on there. My connection might not be that good. I don't know, Johnny. I put the phone in another spot so y'all can see what I'm doing instead of just looking at me. That's what I like to hear, Cleveland. I hear they've been burning them up on Clark's Hill. Most of them long lining though. Yeah, that is true. No need for a long line. Hey, you still got the old school people out there though. They live by, you know, having about 8 rods out the back of the boat. I'm gonna show We Out Here Sunday what Live Scope's about. Boom. What's going on, Lyle? Had my heat too hot today and Jig had melted. Yeah, if y'all enjoy live streams, Panfish Nation, they do it every week. They have a really good talk show on there. I try to tune in at least once a week. Check those guys out. I don't really know what I'm doing live streaming, but I just like to talk. I gotta work anyway, so I might as well talk to y'all. Oh. If y'all didn't see the Facebook post, hold on. Everybody knows what the finished product looks like. I got one around here somewhere. There we go. With a little 3D eye on it. We're gonna start working on some bigger ones here in a minute. But I got 20 of these pearl ones to make for an order. Well, actually, I got 60 of them, but we already made 40 of them. So I'm working on the last 20 of the 132s. Hey, Steven, do you catch catfish on Murray? Yes, I catch a lot of catfish, but I don't really target them most of the time. Most of the time, be crappie fishing and there'll be one in the brush pile that'll get on your line. But there's some big blues in Murray. There's a guy, One Over Outdoors on YouTube. He hadn't really posted a video in a long time, but he's caught some big ones out of here. Mostly use like chicken livers and herring and stuff. You can catch a lot of like 5 to 10 pound channel cats around the bridges also. Alright, that's all the 132s, so now we gotta start on these 116s. Yeah, I've caught a lot of catfish, crappie fishing. I mean, I guess they sit in those brush piles feeding on the little crappies, the only thing I can think of. But do you ever notice with like live scope, you see a big catfish on a brush pile, the crappie, they just vanish. They be gone. ain't never caught a carp on my crappie rod, no. I think the only one I've actually caught was probably on like a crankbait. Bass fishing down a bank and happened to hit one in the side. But yeah, I bet that is a ride though. I mean, a catfish is hard to get in to begin with on a crappie rod, but a carp, they don't really give up too easy. On one of my older videos, we were, I was in the Bonafide kayak at Black's Bridge, and the channel cats were spawning. So every time you go around the bridge pillar, you'd end up hooking into one. And it'd take you probably 30 minutes to get one in. Still fun though. The pole shot out the rod. Oh Lord. A lot of people that tight line or long line, they told me if they catch a catfish, they'll just break it off because they end up getting all your other rods tangled up. But they still fun though. Just kind of like a striper. If you've ever caught a striper while you're crappie fishing, you gotta chase them with a trolling motor. They love crappie jigs too. I told this story in the last live stream, but I was fishing with my buddy Brian, and I hung like a 30 something inch striper. I know he was big. You know, the old stripers, they get kind of yellowish, blackish when they get old. This one came out of the water, I seen the tail of it. And he went from the first pillar at Big Man's and he ran me all the way around the second pillar in about 5 seconds and broke me off. See, I had a striper on Wednesday when I went, broke me off though. Yeah, you gotta play them out. We normally just try to follow them with the trolling motor. Now sometimes they're real easy to get in. They'll just come to the top of the water, but a lot of them act like a catfish. But I mean, we've landed like 25 plus inch stripers on, 4-pound test line. It's just all about playing them out. I think Daddy caught 2 last week under a dock. Oh, you're in the kayak. Yeah. I know Johnny, he'd be out there getting them stripers in the kayak, but that's what he targets. I don't see how he'd be going out there on that big water. I'd be scared out there. Me and this little bitty boat, got these big old striper boats. What areas of a new lake do you start looking for spawning crappie? At the very beginning of the spawn, I would probably target what they would say like a river section of whatever lake you're talking about, because the river is going to warm up faster than the deeper water, or wherever the dirtier water is where I would go. I mean, yeah, the dirtier water you're not going to be able to see the beds. But if the temperature is right, because the dirty water is going to warm up a lot faster than the clear water, if the temperature is right, you can just fish around the bank until you can find an area that actually produces. Yeah, I would start either in the river. I'm not talking about all the way up the river, but just around the river in general, and little nooks and crannies. Just find that good 60-something degree water temperature. Put you on a little slip bobber and hit every single limb you see, or a big 10-foot, 12-foot jig pole. So, I mean, honestly, spawning crappie are really easy to catch. It's just all about figuring out where they're at, because they're really aggressive. Because for one, they're trying to feed up the spawn, and for two, they don't want you to be messing with them, so they're just going to attack everything. Oh, I dropped one. But I think the water temp the other day on Murray, we went a pretty good ways back in the creek. It was like 52, so, but we got a cold snap coming. I say we probably got about 4 more weeks before I even start thinking about a spawn. But the crappie we've been cleaning has eggs in them, so they ready. On the door. I ain't taking no 10-foot kayak in the open water like that. Too much for me. Yeah, I think Johnny, he's got one of those Hobie kayaks. I don't know how long, maybe a 12-footer. But now we haven't ventured down to the Little Saluda yet. We were going to the other day, but we found fish like as soon as we got in the water, so we really didn't have to go anywhere. But I'm hoping I can get a vehicle by next week, so be able to get out there and find them. Would you use bigger baits? I think it went away. Would you use bigger baits, hand ties, and plastics, or smaller one? Doesn't matter. What's the best color for spawning crappie? Honestly, a 1.5 or a 2-inch bait does fine. In the spawn, I really don't see no point in going bigger or smaller. And for color wise, you want something bright, like a pink or a white, chartreuse, Crappie Man green, orange, fluorescent orange, just any really, really obnoxious color. Because the male's up there making the bed, they're trying to defend their bed. And if you throw something obnoxious in there, they're going to go attack it. They're not really eating it, but they're going to hit it, and you gotta hit them when they hit it. What's going on, Brian? I'm doing good tonight. I thought it was going to be warmer. I was out here in my t-shirt and my shorts, and then the sun went down. I'm like, I had to go get me some pajamas and my hoodie on. So it's like 80 degrees during the day, and then back down to like 40 at night. Which I'm not complaining. It could be worse. Oh yeah, Brian won the giveaway in the last video. I think he's won 2 giveaways, haven't you? I know Mr. Tully won one. He was in the chat earlier. I don't know if he's still in here. Doo-doo. What's the temperature where everybody lives? Anybody down there in Florida? Y'all crappie spawning yet? Which, I mean, they should be, I guess. But watching that Bassmaster Live, they were catching spawning fish. 19 degrees. God, a month. I don't see how y'all ice fishermen do it. I'd have to get me an IV with coffee in it to be able to go out there on that ice. Which it probably ain't that bad in one of them huts though. Probably be like 50 degrees out there or something in one of them huts. $35 in Missouri. That ain't too bad. I can deal with the 30. But when I gotta start putting on like 3 pair of socks, that when I don't like it. Like fishing in it ain't bad. Like you sitting there fishing, that ain't too bad. But when you gotta run like 10, 15 miles down the lake, nah. Need to invest into me one of them motorcycle helmets. If your lakes, let's see, do white crappie and black crappie, hang on. I don't know why on YouTube the message pops up and it just disappears. Do white crappie and black crappie hang out in different locations or do they share the same places on the lake? On my lake, they hang out in different locations because there's very, very few white crappie. But normally, like, they'll be together for the most part, but I believe white crappies kind of just hang out with themselves. I mean, that's hard for me to say because there's not a lot of white crappie around here. But from the videos and everything I've watched, like, I want to say they kind of hang out with each other, but they kind of don't at the same time. I've only caught probably, I don't know, 6 or 7 white crappie in my life. But they're so rare on Lake Murray. And you know, I mean, I can go to Hartwell and probably catch some, but I don't know. I want to say they hang out with each other. Pop-up tent and probe heater if I can fit it on boat. Hey, we have taken a Mr. Buddy heater out there and put it in the middle of the boat. But they have to be biting really good for us to do that. Like I said, I mean, fishing in it don't really bother me too bad. It's when the wind's blowing and you got to run down the lake. That's when it gets to me. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, what's the craziest crappy story you got that you will never forget? Oh Lord, let me see. Craziest crappy story. I really ain't got no crazy crappy stories. Like, I've had a couple crazy bass fishing adventures, but the craziest crappy story I can think on the top of my head is limiting it out in like 35 minutes. But I don't know. Like, we didn't really have no crazy stuff happen. I mean, I've had people like, hang on, let's turn this thing off. On one of my past videos, I was tight lining a brush pile right before you go up in Little River. And, you know, I had 4 poles out, and I was using my little 6-foot jig pole, and I caught one. He was probably 9-incher, you know, barely a keeper. And this pontoon boat rolls up, throws his anchors out, and like literally almost hits a brush pile with his anchor. And I'm sitting like on top of the brush pile, tight lining, and he just pulls up and throws his anchors out and is like, "Hey, are you catching anything?" I'm like, I mean, I'm trying to fish right here, but that's about the only crazy thing I can think of. Well, there's a boat on Lake Murray that everybody fishes, and this woman comes out there and yells at you if you get too close to it. But she's been doing that since I was been alive, so I guess that's kind of normal. Dang, Halo, I thought you died. I wish I can catch a fish. How you been? Catch a fish. Catch a fish. Man, I've been doing good. Oh, I didn't know what you've been doing. I ain't been making no bass videos. That's what it is. You ain't been commenting on them. I told a story in the live stream yesterday about a day that I went with you. When we went out there, it was like 30 degrees, and you run me all the way to Buffalo Creek and about froze my butt off. But nah, been doing good. Channel's growing, business is growing, living life, painting these jig heads. I've been working my life away. I see that you done moved up in the world. Yeah, done moved up, I guess. I still ain't that famous. I get recognized every now and then. Who is your mentor in bait making? Honestly, I mean, the Crappie man started everything. He taught me how to shoot soft plastics. and how to use the lead pot. So I guess him, and I watch World's Worst Fishing on YouTube. But other than that, we're self-taught. Honestly, the way I try to run this company is, if it'll catch a fish, I'm gonna try to make it. Hey, I thought we're done with Pearl. Let me double check my order real quick. Oh, got some white, pink. I got those. Got those. Yep, we done with the Pearl. So now we got to do the eyeballs. So I better not put that down there. Yeah, that's 40 pearl white, 1/16 and 1/32s. Not pearl white, pearl flake. Now we got to add the eyes. Which I may just do later on tonight. That way I can chat with you guys, because the eyes take more concentration. Yeah, I got over 5K, man. We've been rolling. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just paint the other colors and do the eyes off stream. I dropped like half my 1/16. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Hang on, I think I missed some messages. It's rare to catch a white crappie at the lakes I fish as well. Yeah, I don't understand it. Like on Murray, the best place to catch a white crappie is in a little river, which don't make no sense. And I caught that one really big one. Well, it's not really big, but he's probably a pound and a half. At Black's Bridge. That was this past year. Daddy's been doing good. Fishing every day. Same as he always is. Oh. Alright, I think I got all of them. Alright, let's paint some. We'll do some green ice. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Dang it. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we'll do 20 green ice, 1/32s. I don't think I need 1/16, 1/30 to green ice. Let's see. Nope. Just 1/32s. Yep. See, y'all be getting behind the scenes of how I don't know how to do my paperwork. I moved to the lake and never fished. Why not, man? You can just bring your boat and park it in my yard, and you can just never fish, and I'll be out there on your boat. That sounds like a good deal. Oh. Yeah, we use size 6. Now we use size 6 Eagle Claw hooks. The main reason we don't use anything bigger is because the size 6 fit the jigs that we offer, except the flute. There's only one jig that we offer that it doesn't fit. I mean, it will fit it, but not like it should be, I guess. So I don't see the reason to up the hook. And like, I love these hooks for the simple fact is you can get out the brush pile extremely easy with them. And I mean, it'll last forever. Like, you can bend them out a little bit to get your hook, your jig back from the brush pile. Just bend it back down a little bit. I ain't never lost a fish because of it. And I've never bent a hook on the fish, so. Ghost color has been killing it around here last week. Any chance you can shoot some ghost color minnows? What would be ghost color? Like, explain it. Is it like a clear color? Boat on dock now. I think I miss hooking it up, stopping at the gas station. Dang it. Boat's on the dock now. I think miss hooking it up, stopping by the gas station, getting Red Bull, and getting mad at people at boat ramp. How deep is your dock? You got any crappie on your dock? But now, Brian, if you tell me what it is, I can try to make it. That's what we're making now. It'll focus. Yeah. It's like it's a regular green with like some bright green glitter in it. Hey, 8 foot could hold some fish now. Not all the time. You need to show me where them brush piles is at that you were catching a bass on that one day. That ain't too far. I mean, it's a pretty good ride from Big Man's, but about 20 minutes. Unless you're in your boat, then like 5 minutes. Oh, it's like a dual color. What's up, the Bull Lock experience? I think that's what it said. How's it going? Well, Brian, is it 2 colors, like clear on the bottom and then white on top, or clear on top, white on the bottom? He took a duck to the face of 72. I bet that didn't feel good. My wife's uncle was telling me a story. He was riding his motorcycle down the mountain, and he hit a dang turkey going down the mountain. Killed the turkey. And he didn't wreck, but that turkey was like exploded. Gray goes natural color equal gray, black and white mixed. Yeah. Yeah, I can probably do. If that's what it is, yeah, it'd be simple. White with clear or white with gray. Either one. I bought this new brown color. I'm trying to make like a toughy color with it. I seen one posted somewhere the other day, and I was just intrigued by how close to a toughy it looked. I haven't had a chance to play with it yet. Oh, the one that we went in, you blew up the motor in it? That's why you ain't been fishing. Foot broke. Yeah, I had that 25 Yamaha, and the foot got a crack in it, and the dang thing froze. It wasn't no good after it froze. So that's why I got that 25 Yamaha now. But the Yamaha's sketchy. You can start it when it's in forward, and if you ain't paying attention, it'll just take off. It's a heat gun you get from Walmart. A little wag heat gun. But yeah, 460 hours, that really ain't that many hours, honestly. That's probably what, like a year's worth? Same with my long tail. I can figure out how to keep these messages up all the time. That's nice. Same with my long tail. The sucker would shoot off when you started if the prop is in the water. Mine's just so hard to get neutral. I kind of got used to just cranking it in forward. Except when when you first get to the ramp, the dang two-strokes don't want to start when it's cold. But once you get it going, it's ready to roll. That let's see, what was that? That gray motor I had, I think it was I don't remember what brand it was. I used to crank it at the house. Sometimes it wouldn't crank. I'd wake up that morning and crank the boat. And if it didn't crank, I didn't go to fish. But I'd crank it in the yard, then I'd go to the lake. What's up from Alabama? What's going on, Flash Brooks? Different companies make their version of Ghost and Gray Ghost. Bobby Garland is a milky white. I'll say, you send me an email, I could probably match it pretty good. But whichever one you're talking about, they're catching them on. I know that 2-pounder I caught 2 videos ago. I caught it on that black and blue that I sent you. Well, the midnight color. That's a pretty color. Do I have any designs for do-it-yourself rod holders? No, the rod holders I used was those Mr. Crappie ones. You can buy at Academy. They're like $50. And it's like one complete rod holder, but you can put 4 rods on it. Hey, that worked pretty good though. Do you catch more white or black crappie in winter where you're at? We down here in the south, we mostly catch black crappie. We have some white crappie in the lakes, but they're not predominant. I'm here in Huntsville, and I actually catch more white in winter than when it warms up. The black crappie take over. I think don't the white like predominantly stay deep? Like, I'm not talking about like 30, 40 foot deep, but I think they spawn a little bit deeper. Well, no, you go down to Santee, you can catch them on them pads. So I don't know. Most of our lakes are still froze up. It's driving me crazy. Hey, it'd be driving me crazy too. I don't know if I could do it, man. They'd have to offer me a lot of money to get me to go live somewhere where ice is up. Okay, Brian, I'll check it here after the stream. Because I don't know if I bring it up, will it make the stream go away? I should be shooting jigs tomorrow, so I'll try to figure it out. Most of my white crappie are caught deeper. Yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't want to say that you predominantly catch them deeper, but that's the only thing I can figure out. But I know if you go down to Santee or Lake Maryland or Marlin or whatever they call it, they catch a lot of big white crappie in the bushes and stuff. But they catch a lot of black crappie too, so I don't know. Now, if you take like Lake Granada and Lake Fork and a lot of Texas lakes, most of those open water crappie are caught relatively shallow in the water column, but they're still kind of deep. Oh, let me read your message. I catch my black crappie around 2 foot to 8 foot, and usually white stay deeper than. Come on, messages. Stay up there. Stay deeper than that. I'm fishing mostly from the bank here in the Tennessee River just west of Gunnersville. I mean, it could be like just a. Let's see. I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Let me reread that. I catch black crappie around 2 feet, but usually white stay deeper than. So that's going to say, I mean, black crappie down here, at least I know, the only time you can really catch them from the bank is if you can find a really good area with a steep drop off. So I would say that don't make sense either. I don't know. I haven't caught enough white crappie to be able to give you a good enough answer. I don't want to give you the wrong information. But in my opinion, the white crappie probably do stay deeper than the black crappie. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give false information out. Act like I'm a know-it-all. Everybody learns something. Like, I try to teach people how to fish on my channel, but It's things I believe in, not something that I'm just trying to make up on the top of my head. We rocking through these jig heads. We already made about 60 of them. Well, we painted 60 of them. We still got to put eyeballs on all of them. That's the slow process. This right here is pretty fast. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Like I said, as soon as I get back on the water, I'm gonna start doing these while I'm fishing. I'll be out there talking to myself anyway, so might as well talk to y'all. What would you change about your live scope setup, if anything? I watched the video of your setup and I'm using some of your info. It depends on if you want to keep it portable. Like, what would I want to change? If I'm going to keep it portable, the handle of it I would like to change. Because I've learned, like, if I'm fishing in my boat, the handle does fine. Perfect, whatever. But when I go fishing with other people, I mean, I do that a lot now. I wish I had a straight handle. Because right now my handle, curves. But I want a straight handle, because when I'm bass fishing with somebody else, or even crappie fishing, I have to bend down to turn my live scope. And after about 3 or 4 hours of bending down looking for fish, your back starts to hurt pretty bad. So my suggestion would be make your handle kind of tall. Which I plan on doing. I got to get some gas for my blowtorch. I'm just going to take the handle I got and heat it up and kind of bend it out. But other than that, I love my setup. That Amped Outdoors battery is just phenomenal. I can charge it once, and I can pretty much use LiveScope for 3 days without having to charge it. And it stays above 12 volts. And I mean, in reality, it only takes one night to charge, so I could charge it every night if I wanted to. But for like $100, I think I paid $150 for that battery. If I wanted to go on a trip or something, I mean, I'd have LiveScope for 3 days easy. Alright, we are done with the green ice. I guess we'll paint some pink ones. Let's see. Got 21/16 pink. 21/32s, 21/32s. I ain't got that many 132s. I might have to make some more. Oh, we'll paint the 1/16 while the lead pot heats up. And plug it up. with that whistle, that's my ringtone, if you're wondering. All right. Y'all see my pajamas? It's cold. We'll get the lead pot going. See if I missed any messages. Oh, you're welcome, Daniel, man. I love my portable setup. Like I said, I mean, if you're fishing, you know, in a John boat or with other people, it's great. It's honestly really cool. Like somebody messaged me like, "Hey, you want to go fishing?" And one of the first things I normally ask them, like, "How big is the side of your boat? Can I put my live scope on it?" Most of the time, I'm able to bring it with me, but sometimes I can't. Well, I guess I can paint 20 of these 1/16s. Because that lead pipe, it takes a while to heat up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Todd Williams says, hang on. Hi, Turner. I commented on one of your videos a couple weeks ago about getting together fishing because I put in at Big Man's as well. I'm trying to learn crappie fish. You told me to mention on Facebook, but I don't have a Facebook page. How else can I talk to you? You can send me an email at crappiemanjigs@gmail.com, or if you ain't got Facebook, you probably don't have Instagram. So yeah, just shoot me an email at crappiemanjigs, all one word, @gmail.com. Crappiemanjigs with an S. And yeah, we can get out there and go catch some. Spencer said something too. Let's see. When I get a bigger hole, I'll be able to invite you. We're going to go, Spencer. Like I said, they are working not on my truck, but we got this little deal going on, but they're working on it. So hopefully next week, 2 weeks at the latest, I'll be able to get my boat to the water. And when I'm in my boat, I go by myself most of the time, so there'll be a spot open for you. Put some fish in your freezer. I gotta do a catch and cook soon, though. Everybody been asking for one of them. Now, I seen this the other day. A guy put sour cream on his crappie and mixed it up, right? Till there was, sour cream all over the crappie, the fillets. And then he took flour and put it in the bowl and mixed it up till everything was dry. I thought about trying that. I don't know how good that's going to be, but it looked pretty good. All right, do a couple pink ones while we wait on the lead pot to heat up. I got the kayak loaded up for the morning, hoping to tear them up. They're still under the bridges. I think the Crappie Man will be out there tomorrow. He'll probably be putting in about 8 or 9. I don't know who he's taking tomorrow. He's taking somebody fishing tomorrow. He went to, when did I live stream? Yesterday? Yeah, he caught 20 yesterday. If you was at the live stream yesterday, I was trying to keep the live stream going until he got back. And sure enough, as soon as I cut it off, he pulled in and he had 20. But he ain't had no super big ones, but they were pretty good size. So he's going in the morning. Hopefully I'm going out there with we out you Sunday. And then I'm going bass fishing with a guy Monday. And I'm free for the rest of the week, I think. If I can get my vehicle, then I'll be out there. Day one, that's all bright pink. Yeah, Ty, we'll go. I said, just shoot me an email. I'm free every day but Monday next week. Unless something changes. I do not mind teaching people how to fish. If you can't catch them, I'll get you something in the boat and you can take them home with you. Oh. What's going on, school? Just out here making these orders up, talking to y'all, living life to the fullest, I guess. Oh, you from Texas? Man, that's pretty far away, man. I appreciate it. You need to pour some 124-ounce jig heads. Let me see if I can make them real quick. I gotta send you those jig heads from that jigs from that contest anyway. I ain't got around to making them yet. Let me check this mold real quick. Hold on. Nope, this one don't shoot them. I don't think this one does either. Let's see. Nope. I still got jigs in here from yesterday's live stream. I mean, if I had the mold to shoot them, I would. On this one, I can make 1/4, 1/16, 1/64, 1/80, 1/32, and 1/8. And the other two molds I got are just 32s and 64s. And on the new mold, it's 132, 116, 332, 1/8. If I could make them, I would make you a batch of them. Oh, I'll be making my order at the. Hey, that sounds good. Be happy to do it. Got a pretty good amount of orders right now. SK says all you need is 1/16 and 1/8. Work like a charm. Hey, I agree, but then I don't agree at the same time. You know I like them small jigs. But I am working on some 1/16s right now. But I'm only going to use these big ones on my big pole. I ain't going to be casting no 1/16. I don't even know if I can shoot a 1/8 with my a number 6 hook. Let me see. 1/8. You know how funny that's gonna look. I could shoot a 1/8. I could. But with this little bitty hook, the head of the jig's probably gonna be bigger than the hook. Yeah, that is right. Get them wet. You can't catch them with your rod out of the water. Oh. You ever fish Lake Moultrie? I went down there catfishing. But that's been when I was really, really young. I haven't been back down there since. I want to go. Me and the guy in the red boat, Brian, we're planning on making a trip down to Santee during the spawn so we can fish the pads and the grass and all that. Hang on, missed some messages. You make your own jigs as well? Yeah, that's mainly what we are. We're a soft plastic bait company. We make, hang on. We got 2-inchers, but we mainly focus on little baits. This is what we call a little minnow. It's a 1.5 inch. And in here we got a bunch of little stinkers, stuff like that. You can check everything out on the website, crappiemanjigs.com. Can you make a 1/48 ounce jig head? I don't know. Let's see. I can't remember what I named off. I don't think so. Nope. I can make on this one, like I said, a 1/4, 1/16, 1/64, 1/80, 1/32, and a 1/8. That's just a multi one. And it's pretty much the same on the pill head, just a little bit bigger. I can make up to 3/16 on this one. Yeah, school, check it out. I mean, we've been in business a little over a year now. And it has grown pretty good. Love it. I wake up every day excited to go to work, or excited to go fishing with somebody, or excited to go film a video. Are you a one-man show, or do you have help? The Crappie Man makes a lot of jig heads, and he does a lot of Crappie Man green soft plastics. But mainly, I'm the one out here doing, a lot of it. He helps when he can. He fishes a lot more than I do. I'm gonna tell you that now. He tries to go about every day. And I run, the financial side of everything. But he helps out a lot. So I guess you could say it's a two-man show. If you order from a guy down here, I hate it for you. It seems like there's always, I don't know if he's from your area or whatever. But I ain't saying no names, but it seems like there's always a company that just got you on the back burner. I mean, sometimes it takes me, 4 or 5 days to get an order out, but I've always got reasons for it. Either I was doing this or doing this. Oh, he's overwhelmed. I get you. I see, luckily I got 5 kids. So if I get overwhelmed, I'm going to put their little butts to work. Now these new jig heads, they're kind of overwhelming. But that's why I charge, just a little bit more for them. Because making regular lead jig heads, I could probably make, I don't know, 500 an hour, but these I'm probably only going to be making 100 an hour. Because this is just the second part of the process is painting it, and then I got to put the eyes on it, and then I got to bake it. So they come at a pretty premium price, but I think they look phenomenal. Now, I'm in South Carolina. What's going on, Tiger? Oh yeah, I watch old Hook City. He be catching some big ones now. He's a character too. Oh yeah, the wind on Clark's Hill, man. God, that's the only time I've ever fished down there. Me and my buddy fished Big Bass Tour last year on Clark's Hill, and the wind was blowing like 20. I think we spent more time in the air than we did on the whole lake. Yeah, I like go fishing with Ken. There's another guy. He just came out a couple months ago. I want to say his name is Thomas something. But the way he fishes, he shows you his live scope, and then he catches them, flips them in the boat, and then he turns the camera around and shows the fish. I want to say his name is Thomas something. 903 Fishing, he's okay. I got my opinions on him, but he's got some pretty good content. Yeah, there it is. Boat flip him, T. Yeah, he puts out some pretty good videos to just be one GoPro and a little bit of editing. Like, they're really entertaining. That's where I got the old hee-haw from, was fishing with Ken. Yeah, I seen that video. He's catching them in the back of the creeks too. Dang, I dipped my whole pliers in the dang thing. Wasn't paying attention. So you live down in Texas and you ain't caught a 3-pounder yet? They growing big down there. Hey, it could be. Could be. They be running from him. Down here, if you catch a 3-pounder, you might as well get you an award for it. Unless you're on CNT. A 2-pounder is a good fish here. Oh yeah, I mean a 2-pounder is a big crappie. But a 3-pounder, like if you put a 2-pounder, it'd be like this. And a 3-pounder look like this. It's crazy how much of a size difference that is visually on them. What, a 2-pounder? You let it go? I don't know. I caught a couple 2-pounders, and most of them let go in the grease. But I definitely get good pictures of him if that's the first one you ever caught. I'm waiting on the old 3-pounder before I get one mounted. And I'm sure if this YouTube thing picks up more than it already has, I'll be able to afford to go out to like those middle of the United States fisheries, like Lake Grenada and Grenada or whatever it's called, and there's another one that's like right beside it that's got a lot of 3-pounders in it. Yeah, somewhere around there. But I know down in Texas that lake, what is it, Ireland? They catching a lot of big bass on that lake right now. But like, there's so many people out there fishing it because all the YouTubers are making videos out there. But I know at least 3 14-pounders have been caught in the past 2 weeks there. That's a big old bass. Yeah, Fork got some big crappie in it. Fork got big everything. But I mean, they take care of Lake Fork. I can't tell you another lake in the world that they actually, you know, have a slot limit and all this to make bigger fish. Lake Fork is a factory for monster fish. Westlake, Alabama is the crappie capital of the world. Hey, it could be. When I think of Alabama, y'all know who I think of? I know Richard James, the fishing machine, that crazy fool. Hey, he can catch them though. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Richard G. the fishing machine. He be catching them big old catfish too. Like he can catch crappie really good, but he can catch some big old catfish. And those big largemouth he catch on them shiners. Shoo. Thinking about getting my boat charged up and going Monday. Hey, I'll be down there somewhere. I'm going bass fishing Monday. I went bass fishing last week. No, week before last. And we fished like 10 hours. And my buddy in the back of the boat caught 2. I fished 10 hours. I didn't even get a single bite. They wasn't hitting on nothing. I find them on the live scope. I literally hit them in the head with the Alabama rig, and they just sit there floating around, I guess. They didn't want nothing. I can go out there and catch crappie anytime I want, but a dang largemouth, whew. Them fish get on my nerves. The tournament season starts next month, though. I'm ready to get out there. A 1436 aluminum crab. I don't know if I know what that one is. I'd be glad when the stripers out the river. I'm so tired of having to do this to go around the river. Cause there's like 5, 6 boats out there with planer boards. I mean, I ain't got nothing against striper fishing, but God, they just all in the middle of the channel. Oh yeah, flat bottom boat. They work, but if you get on any rough water, you be dang, your butt be hurting. You have any luck in Greenwood Lake fishing for crappie? Oh yeah, we catch a lot on Greenwood. Let's see, I've had good luck with shellcracker, but no luck with crappie. On Greenwood, this is what we do. I'm gonna give you the whole game plan. Somebody calls us. They biting on Greenwood, so we load everything up and we go to Greenwood and we fish 2 places. We fish the train trestle and then that bridge that's real low on one side and it gets tall and then it goes back real low. I don't know the name of it. I think it's like 376 bridge. And we fish those two places. Wes is on the Cooster River chain. A 10 horsepower motor. Hang on. Anything over 10 mile an hour and it's over. Yeah, those little flat bottom boats, they good for river fishing, but if you're going over a lot of waves and stuff, it gets kind of hectic. You fish Westlake a lot, Brian? I know you say you catch a lot on our jigs, but I don't know what size you be catching. Near Winsboro? I really don't know any areas up there towards Winsboro. Unfortunately. I don't even know what's the closest lake to that. I want to say Hartwell. See, that's one of my main things. Like, I don't mind my tiller motor, but what I do mind is I like to side scan a lot. So I want one with a steering wheel, so I can drive it while I look at the dang side scan and not have your back all like this trying to side scan. All right, that's 21/16 pink. Now, I guess we'll start making some jig heads. I need some more 132s. The lead pot should be heated up enough. Lake Murray, Lake Monticello. If you're crappie fishing, Lake Monticello is about to get really good from the bank. There's a place called the Stump Hole, and you can get to it from the side of the road. I don't know exactly where. It's like next to ramp 99, I think. You go through the woods, and you go out there, and there's a cove just filled with stumps. You take a cork and jig. When the water temperature gets up to about 58, you should be able to catch them. And on Lake Murray, crappie fish from the bank hard on Lake Murray. I'm just going to say that now. You can go to Clouds Creek, fish towards the bridge. You can go to Spinner's Bridge and walk out on the rocks and fish. But other than that, I really don't know anywhere else to catch crappie off the bank on Lake Murray. I hate to say that, but it is what it is. There's a lot of houses on Lake Murray, so you don't really have too much bank. All right. Yeah, Camp Barstow. I mean, you could probably find some there, fishing with minnows. I know that little nook next to Camp Barstow has some laydowns and stuff in it, so that may be pretty good. All right, you might not be able to see me, but you can see what I'm doing. I don't look that good anyway. We'll go up a little bit. There we go. You see half of me. 1/16. Alright, let's start making these. Yeah, no problem, man. I mean, there's probably areas that you can probably catch them pretty good off the bank. I'm just not familiar with them. I know down there at Buzzard's Roof, you can catch them pretty good off them rocks. I found them in there one year. I was catching them with a beetle spin. But I mean, that's been years ago. Pliers. Oh yeah, I wanted to make a. Let's try to make a 1/8 real quick. We got size 6 hook. 1/8 right here. Oh, that hook's bent. Let me throw it away. Let's get a straight hook. Come on, Eagle Claw. Why are you sending me some bent crap? All right, let's make a 1/8. Let's see if it'll work. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that big old jig head on that little hook. That's a 1/8. That's crazy. I'm gonna try that on my long pole. Oh. Eagle Claw done sent me another one messed up. Come on. Nah, I ain't really running hot. Dude, this lead pot is old. This thing be dripping all the time. Be splashing everywhere. Like if you look at the table. Let's see if I can. It's hard for me to move the camera around. Let's see. Yeah, you see right here? You see all this lead everywhere? It be jumping up at you. You be sitting here and next thing you know you got a piece of lead on your lip. But hell, a new lead pot's like $90. This one works fine. Brian says a 1/8 will work. I tell you what, Brian, I'm gonna make 5 of them. I'm gonna send them to you in that package, and you tell me how good they do. I mean that's a big jig head on a little bitty hook. He said, I'm a 132 man. Hey, me too. Me too. Don't get no better than a 132. I like my 164, but I love a 132. I've used them 180s for a little bit too. I didn't know I was using them. I was fishing with the Crappie, man, and I broke off, and I just grabbed the jig out of his dang box, and I didn't understand why it was falling so slow, because I thought it was a 164, but it was a 180. That thing like throwing out just a hook. But it was working. They were biting it pretty good. I like a 164 on really calm days. But if the water's got a little bit of chop, I'll go to a 132. I need to find me some good ponds to go to. I like a little pond fishing every now and then. But that's what I grew up doing. Because, I mean, back when I was a kid, you know, mom and daddy, they didn't really care about, you know, in the generation I grew up in and the generation that, you know, a lot of y'all grew up in, your parents didn't have to worry about somebody out there kidnapping you or murdering you. So, like, me and my buddies, we'd ride bicycles and go pond hopping. And, I mean, that was the funnest time that you could just learn how to fish. You don't know what you're doing out there. Out there throwing a black and red curly tail worm, catching a 1-2 pound bass, thinking, man, I'm the greatest fisherman alive. But it taught me how to fish doing that. Yeah, they got a big eyelet, but if you like to use braid, the braid likes to slip out. So mine, I have to take a pair of pliers and crimp it really, really tight. Or like you'll jerk with your rod and the line will just come out of it. I like to use loop knots. Oh yeah, them grape worms. And they got them big old jelly grape worms at Walmart. Them jokers used to catch some fish now too. That and the old school spinnerbait. That was the best pond lures. I mean, growing up, we did a lot of striper and catfishing off the bank. I didn't know what a crappie was until I was probably 10 years old. Because Daddy did a lot of bass fishing when I was younger. And then somebody took him crappie fishing. That was it. That's all he wants to fish for now. I don't know what a little CO is. What is that? What do you say? Little COs? Let's see. Little Cleos. What are those? Now, I got pictures with my grandma before she passed away of crappie that we caught out of Buffalo Creek. I know I had to be about 12, but man, we had like 4 limits on the table. And I don't remember none of it. So undoubtedly, I've been crappie fishing longer than I initially thought. I had like a rat tail. I mean, it's probably like almost 15 years ago or 18 years ago. My grandma, she loved to fish too now. They'd be on the bank every weekend catching stripers, catfish. Can't tell you how many herring they bought from George's Live Herring. A mini butterbean shaped spinner, rear blade. Oh, okay, yeah. I get what you're talking about. Kind of like a blade bait with a spinner. Or like a spoon with a spinner on it. It's Thomas something. Huh. I know. I think his last video was called "First 3-Pounder of the Year," but that's his catchphrase. Flip him in the boat, T. And I think I don't even know where he's from, but he fishes a lot of creeks. But he fishes out the boat. He does really good though. I want to say it's Thomas Fulmer, but I'm not 100% on that. But he's got 3,000 subscribers. Yeah, he's on there somewhere. Had to get angry with that left pot sometimes. Do-do-do. Yeah, that's it. Thomas Fishing. I don't know why I wanted to say Fuller. I guess the F was in my head. I mean, he teaches a little bit in his videos. I mean, it's not like a whole sit down like mine are, but he gets some pretty big ones. And he shows the live scope, which a lot of people don't do, me included, because I have a Garmin EchoMap 7, and you can't use Active Captain with it. So I'm gonna have to get a whole nother GoPro to be able to put it on the boat so it can show the live scope. Which I can understand, because if I'm watching a video and they're using live scope, I want to be able to see their live scope screen too. So luckily in mine it's so close that you can kind of see it. But I definitely want to record it. And we've been live for almost 2 hours. Oh yeah, Brian, check out his videos. I mean, he's funny with that. Flip him in the boat, T. He said he's kind of like the old fisherman, where the old fisherman says, living life and drop it to the bottom. He says about every time. You going to Little River tomorrow, ain't you, Spencer? I got like a little 8-foot kayak, a little kid's one. I'm gonna go out there with my 300-pound butt. Come with you. I couldn't even fit a tackle box on that thing. It'd been sitting in the bushes for like a year. That's probably like a 10-foot kayak. You ever use a light at night off the side of the boat? Me and my son went this past year. We dropped lights at Big Hands, and we had a lot of bait, but no fish. And that's about the only time I've ever tried it. Most of the time, them dang mayflies be getting so bad around the light, you can't stand to be out there. How big's your other kayak? We might have to go sometime next week. Oh, I don't know about 10 foot now. Is it a sit in or a sit on? I weigh 300 pounds. Is it going to hold me? I mean, I should be able to get the boat back by in the next 2 weeks. We just go in my boat. If it was the summertime, I'd be game, because if I fall in, I just swim. I won't be out there in no 40 degrees. Green or white, I have one of each. Green or white, what? Kayak? Or a paddle? I got my Jigs Tuesday. Man. Got my Jigs Tuesday, but wind been too bad to fish. I'm going to try them tomorrow. My neighbors and I used to wear the ponds and creeks. Oh, dude, Randy, you're welcome, man. I hope you catch some good ones on them. You ain't gonna be standing up, but you be fine to paddle around a bit. You can always pull the boat with my truck. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we might do that next week. Get up and do something. I mean, all I need, if we go to the little river and fish, I would just need my 4-foot rod and like one tackle box with jig heads and Crappie Man green, and I'll be all right. So if I fall in, it won't be that bad. Yeah, they've been biting here in the wind too, Brian. If you got a spot lock, it ain't too bad. But if you don't, it's kind of aggravating. We got a spot lock on Daddy's boat now, but it really ain't the best spot lock in the world. Okay, Spencer. I say I'm going fishing Sunday and Monday so far. So I'd figure out, you know, what the weather's doing and everything, and make sure the old lady ain't got no plans. We get out there. I've been wanting to check Little River anyway. You might have to come pick me up though. I'd be so glad when I ain't got to tell people that. They're like, hey man, you want to go fish? Yeah, you gonna have to come pick me up. Like, what you mean? You do all this YouTube fishing and I gotta come pick you up? Yeah, dude. Doo-doo-doo. Hey, those little rods, like, I mean, I'm 6'4", 300 pounds, and my favorite rod is that 4'10". I still gotta go check them outlaw rods out though. You've been talking so good about it, I might have to get me one. But yeah, that little rod on a big body, it does look kind of weird. But I wouldn't trade that rod for nothing. I got 3 of them. I don't even know if you can buy them anymore. They ain't but like, I think like $40 for that rod to begin with. That's real cheap. Not a problem picking you up. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, we'll check the weather out. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. Do-do-do. didn't even know an ugly stick made a rod that small, honestly. JR has a new 5-foot outlaw that's not on his website for $39. Huh. That's it. I might check them out and order one. I know my favorite part about mine is you can pretty much bend that rod, you know, almost double. And it's really good for shooting docks. And it's really good for fighting fish, in my opinion. But yeah, I'm definitely going to have to check them out. A Grizzly, what, it got Grizzly Jig Company? I know B&M did have them on their website, but I don't know if they sell them still or not. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, all right, guys. I think I'm gonna end the live stream right here. I've been sitting for 2 hours. I'm about to go walk around the yard a little bit. Come back and put these eyeballs on, the ones that we made earlier. Shoot some more. Watch some YouTube. So appreciate everybody hanging out with me for the past 2 hours. We're gonna be going live on the boat right here real soon. So I'll catch y'all on the next one. Do do do.